The streets of Brownsville, Brooklyn were tough. In the 1980s, this neighborhood was notorious for its high crime rates and pervasive sense of danger. It was a place where survival was a daily struggle, and the odds were often stacked against you. Young Mike Tyson knew hardship. He saw violence. He lived it. Growing up in such an environment, he was no stranger to the harsh realities of life. The streets were his battleground, and every day was a fight for survival. He witnessed things no child should ever see, and these experiences shaped him in profound ways. In and out of juvenile detention, his future looked bleak. The systems seemed to have written him off as just another lost cause. Each stint in detention only seemed to reinforce the idea that he was destined for a life of crime and violence. It was a vicious cycle, one that many never escaped from. But, destiny had other plans. Despite the overwhelming odds, there was a spark within Tyson, a glimmer of potential that had yet to be realized. It was as if the universe had a different path in mind for him, one that would lead him away from the darkness and into the light.
At 13, my life took a turn. It was at this tender age that I discovered something that would change my life forever: boxing. It wasn't just a sport, it was a lifeline, a way out of the chaos that surrounded me. I discovered boxing at the Tryon School for Boys. This reform school, meant to rehabilitate troubled youth, became the place where I found my true calling. The boxing gym was my sanctuary, a place where I could channel my anger and frustration into something productive. My raw power was evident. From the moment I first put on a pair of gloves, it was clear that I had a natural talent for the sport. My punches were like thunder, and I could feel the power coursing through my veins. I could throw punches like nobody else. This wasn't just aggression, this was talent. It was as if I was born to be in the ring, and every punch I threw brought me one step closer to my destiny.
Legendary trainer Cus D'Amato saw something special in Tyson. When he first laid eyes on the young fighter, he knew that there was something extraordinary about him. D'Amato had a keen eye for talent, and he recognized that Tyson had the potential to be one of the greatest boxers of all time. He became his legal guardian, his mentor, his father figure. D'Amato took Tyson under his wing, providing him with the guidance and support that he had been lacking for so long. He wasn't just a coach. He was a father figure, someone who believed in Tyson when no one else did. Under D'Amato's guidance, Tyson honed his skills. The training was grueling, but it was exactly what Tyson needed. D'Amato pushed him to his limits, helping him to refine his technique and develop his unique style. He developed his ferocious style. Tyson's approach to boxing was unlike anything the world had ever seen. His speed, power, and aggression were unmatched, and he quickly became a force to be reckoned with in the ring. He was on his way. With each passing day, Tyson grew stronger and more confident. He was no longer the troubled youth from Brownsville. He was a rising star, destined for greatness. The boxing world had no idea what was coming. A storm was brewing. Tyson was a force of nature, and he was about to take the world by storm. The anticipation was palpable, and everyone knew that something big was on the horizon. And its name was Mike Tyson. The world was about to witness the rise of a legend, a fighter who would go on to become one of the greatest boxers of all time. This was just the beginning of an incredible journey, one that would see Tyson overcome unimaginable odds to achieve greatness. Tyson's amateur career was impressive. He was winning tournaments, knocking out opponents. He turned professional at 18, a force unleashed. His style was explosive, relentless. Opponents were terrified.
Victory after victory followed. Tyson was a knockout machine. His power was legendary. His speed was bewildering. He became a global phenomenon. Iron Mike was born. The boxing world was captivated. Tyson was must-see TV. He was breaking records. He was on the verge of greatness. The heavyweight division would never be the same.
The hype was real. The air was electric with anticipation. Fans from all over the world had their eyes glued to the screen, waiting to see if the young prodigy could live up to the monumental expectations placed upon him. Mike Tyson, a name that had already begun to echo through the halls of boxing history, was on the brink of something extraordinary. Tyson was set to face Trevor Berbick for the WBC heavyweight title. This was not just another fight, it was a clash of titans. Berbick, a seasoned fighter with a formidable record, stood as the final obstacle in Tyson's path to glory. The weigh-in was intense, with both fighters exuding confidence and determination. The world watched with anticipation. Every punch, every move was scrutinized by millions. The atmosphere was thick with tension, as fans and critics alike wondered if this young fighter could truly make history. The stakes were incredibly high and the pressure was immense. Could Tyson live up to the hype? The question lingered in the air as the fighters entered the ring. Tyson, with his trademark black trunks and no socks, looked every bit the part of a warrior ready for battle. His eyes were focused, his body coiled like a spring ready to unleash his fury.
November 22nd, 1986. A date that would forever be etched in the annals of boxing history. It was the night when a young Mike Tyson would step into the ring and attempt to become the youngest heavyweight champion the world had ever seen. A date etched in boxing history. The fight posters, the media coverage, the buzz, it all pointed to a night that would be remembered for generations. This was more than just a fight. It was a moment in time that would define an era. Tyson demolished Berbick in 2 rounds. It was a display of sheer power and skill. Berbick, a seasoned veteran, was no match for the ferocity and speed of Tyson. The crowd erupted as Berbick hit the canvas, unable to withstand the onslaught. He was the youngest heavyweight champion ever. A legend was made. At just 20 years old, Tyson had achieved what many thought was impossible. He stood in the ring, the heavyweight championship belt around his waist, a symbol of his dominance and prowess.
Tyson unified the titles, defeating James Smith. His journey didn't stop with Berbick. Tyson went on to conquer more giants in the boxing world. James "Bone Crusher" Smith was next, and Tyson's relentless pursuit of greatness saw him emerge victorious once again. And Tony Tucker, he was unstoppable. Each victory added to his legend, each opponent falling to his devastating power and unmatched skill. Tony Tucker, another formidable challenger, was no exception. Tyson's reign was absolute. He was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. With every belt he claimed, Tyson solidified his place in boxing history. He was not just a champion, he was the champion, the undisputed king of the ring. He was on top of the world. Fame, fortune, and adulation followed him wherever he went. Tyson was a global icon, a symbol of raw power and unyielding determination. The world was at his feet, and his future seemed boundless. But at the peak of his powers, shadows loomed. Despite his success, there were signs of trouble. Tyson's life outside the ring was becoming increasingly tumultuous. The pressures of fame and the temptations that came with it began to take their toll. Tyson's life was about to take a dark turn. Legal issues, personal struggles, and a series of poor decisions would soon overshadow his incredible achievements. The world watched as the once invincible champion faced battles that no amount of training could prepare him for. The rise and fall of Mike Tyson is a story of triumph and tragedy, a testament to the heights of human potential and the depths of human frailty. As we look back on his career, we see a man who was more than just a fighter. He was a complex, flawed, and ultimately fascinating figure in the world of sports. Today, Tyson's legacy is a mix of awe and caution. He remains a symbol of what can be achieved with talent and determination, but also a reminder of how easily it can all unravel. His story continues to captivate and inspire, a true legend of the ring. Fame and fortune brought new challenges. Tyson's personal life spiraled out of control. He was involved in scandals. His marriage to Robin Givens was tumultuous. His boxing suffered.
Then came the Buster Douglas fight in 1990. Tyson was heavily favored, but he was out of shape, unfocused. Douglas shocked the world, knocking Tyson out in the 10th round. The invincible aura was shattered. Tyson's life was unraveling. Legal troubles mounted. He was convicted of rape in 1992. His fall from grace was swift and brutal.
Section 5, behind bars, a time for reflection. Prison was a turning point.
Tyson served 3 years.
I reflected on my life, my mistakes.
He found solace in Islam, converting while incarcerated.
I emerged a changed man.
Boxing was still his passion.
I was determined to reclaim my life, my career.
The world was skeptical.
Could I overcome my demons? Could I find redemption in the ring?
Section 6, comeback trail, a fighter's redemption. Tyson returned to boxing in 1995. He won some fights, showcasing glimpses of his old brilliance.
But he was not the same fighter. The aura of invincibility was gone.
The Evander Holyfield fights in 1996 and 1997 were legendary.
Tyson was disqualified in the second fight for biting Holyfield's ear. His reputation hit a new low.
Tyson continued to fight, but his career was marred by controversy.
He retired in 2005 after a string of losses. His comeback was a mix of triumphs and tragedies.
Section 7, beyond the ring, finding peace and purpose. Post-retirement, Tyson sought peace.
I battled addiction. I found therapy.
He embraced his past, acknowledging his mistakes.
I became a vegan, advocating for animal rights.
Tyson reinvented himself.
I appeared in movies, television shows, even cartoons.
He launched his own podcast, becoming an unlikely media personality.
I found humor in my past, sharing my story with candor and vulnerability.
Section 8. The Tyson Legacy, Triumph, Tragedy, and Transcendence. Mike Tyson's story is one of extremes. His journey through life has been a roller coaster of highs and lows, victories and defeats, moments of glory and times of despair.
From poverty to fame, from champion to convict, from self-destruction to self-discovery. Tyson's life has been a series of dramatic transformations, each phase more intense than the last.
He is a walking contradiction, a testament to the complexities of human nature. His life story is a vivid illustration of the human capacity for both greatness and failure, for both destruction and redemption.
My boxing legacy is undeniable. I have left an indelible mark on the sport, a legacy that will be remembered for generations.
One of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. Tyson's name is synonymous with power, speed, and an unrelenting will to win.
My ferocious style, my knockout power, my ability to dominate the ring, these are the things that define my career. My impact on the sport is unforgettable. I changed the way people view boxing, bringing a level of intensity and excitement that had never been seen before.
But Tyson's legacy extends beyond the ring. His influence reaches into popular culture, inspiring countless individuals with his story of resilience and transformation.
I am a cultural icon, my story resonating with millions. People see in me a reflection of their own struggles and triumphs.
He is a symbol of redemption, proving that even from the darkest depths, one can rise. Tyson's journey from the bottom to the top and back again is a powerful narrative of human resilience.
I am a survivor. Despite all the challenges and setbacks, I have endured and continue to move forward, and my story is far from over. There are still chapters to be written, battles to be fought, and victories to be won. My journey continues, and I am ready for whatever comes next. Tyson's life is a testament to the power of perseverance and the human spirit. His ability to reinvent himself time and again is a source of inspiration for many.
As we look back on his life, we see a man who has faced incredible odds and emerged stronger. Tyson's story is a reminder that no matter how many times we fall, we have the strength to rise again.
I have learned from my past, and I am committed to a better future. My journey is a testament to the power of change and the possibility of redemption. I am grateful for the support of my fans and the opportunities I have been given. My story is a shared journey, and I am thankful for everyone who has been a part of it.
The Tyson legacy is one of triumph, tragedy, and transcendence. It is a story that continues to unfold, inspiring us all to strive for greatness, no matter the obstacles we face.